Hello, I'm Gepiala. My topic for today is Resolving Conflict Lesson 3 Active Listening Skills. Enabling objectives, specific learning outcomes. At the end of the session, the students are expected to: Number 1. Recognize their strengths and weaknesses as listeners. Number 2. Discuss the important elements of listening. Number 3. Develop active listening skills. And number 4. Demonstrate cultural awareness and sensitivity in communicating with others. Active listening skills. Listening is not limited to hearing with the ears. Listening requires more than that. It requires focus. Listening means paying attention to the words a person says, the feelings behind or buried under the words, the message encoded in the cues that surround the words, the body language while the person is speaking or is silent. When listening empathically, the listeners involves the whole body and observe with all the sense, ears, eyes, mind, heart, sense of touch, and imagination. The aim of active listening is to fully and empathically understand what the speaker is experiencing. This involves not taking sides, remaining non-judgmental and non-evaluative, and accepting the person. Thus, active listening becomes a means of achieving clear communication and creating an atmosphere of mutual understanding. An active listening, therefore, number 1, focuses on trying to understand what the speaker is expressing. Number 2, gives the speaker time, space, and the attention necessary to fully express their thoughts, needs, feeling, and experience. Number 3, uses communication skills and techniques. And number 4, is aware of the feelings and emotion that arise within oneself, listener, because of the contact with the speaker, although the focus stays on the speaker. Other important elements in listening. Number 1, set aside what you are doing and attend fully to the person. Number 2, be aware of your own feelings, concern, and reaction as you listen. Number 3, acknowledge, affirm, or reiterate what is said, regardless whether you agree or disagree with what is said. Number 4, wait until the other person has finished before you speak. Skills for listening and questioning. Listening is the most important skills for anyone seeking effective dialogue in a conflict situation, leading a group, or functioning as a third party. A brief summary. Number 1, listening to the content of the message by making an effort to hear precisely what is offered. Number 2, listening to the feelings of the speaker by perceiving the speaker feelings through the way the message is delivered. Number 3, responding to the feelings of the speaker by demonstrating that the feelings expressed are recognized and understood. Number 4, paying attention to the speaker cues, both verbal and non-verbal. Number 5, in identifying mixed and or contracting message the speaker may be expressing. Number 6, reflecting back what was heard by stating and or summarizing what was understood. Number 7, allowing the speaker to respond and or give feedback for their clarification. Keep in mind, number 1, when overused, active listening can be irritating. Number 2, it can be difficult to practice active listening in cross-cultural situations where perceptions and interpretation of content and underlying emotions in the conversation are too divergent. Number 3, be aware that both listener and speaker communicate verbally and non-verbally at all times. Number 4, don't be afraid of silence. Maybe the speaker needs to reflect on what has been discussed so far. Listening has a healing effect. It is most direct and simplest way of resolving conflict with people. Self-worth of a person is reaffirmed. The person feels cared for, allowed. Children who really listen to their parents, magic too. Families that spend time to interact are happily families, genuine communication established. Keep in mind, number 1, when overused, active listening can be irritating. Number 2, it can be difficult to practice active listening in cross-cultural situations when perception and interpretation of content and underlying emotion in the conversation are too divergent. Number 3, be aware that both listen and speak communication verbally and non-verbally at all times. Number 4, don't be afraid of silence. Maybe the speaker need to reflect on what has been discussed so far. Listening has a healing effect. It's most direct and simplest way of resolving conflicts with people. Self-worth of a person is reaffirmed. The person feels cared for and loved. Children who really listen to their parents work magic too. Families that spend time to interact are happy families. Genuine communication is established. Thank you and God bless.